Hey guys, Long Haul Larry, Big Blue. We are running 70 westbound right through Columbus, Ohio. Heading on our way to Shawano, Wisconsin. Got a temperature of 39 degrees here. And November 20th, 2018. I was going to talk about something the other day, but it kept raining and stuff, and I wasn't sure I was going to talk about it or not. I got an email from a subscriber, I guess, and he told me he sent me a link to Eric's YouTube channel. Eric is the newest ADL truck driver. And said that I should talk with Eric or something like this. And I was just thinking, well, what in the world about? Why should I talk to him? I was like, what, did he say something about me or John or, ADL or what? And I watched the video and it didn't say nothing bad, just talking about places he's worked and kind of his goals and stuff like that. I didn't see nothing. I don't know why I need to talk to him. Talk to him about it. I mean, that's what his video is. It's just talking about goals and stuff. So, I'm not sure why I need to talk to him, but I don't know if you ever watched, if you watch a video, YouTube will say, hey, since you like this video, here's this one. This is what we recommend for you. And to be perfectly honest with you, I really never watch other trucking channels. I just don't have the time. I used to watch about a dozen channels that I used to keep up with and stuff, but ever since I've been, doing this on my channel more full time and focusing on these things, I just don't have the time. It just doesn't. So I kind of cut a lot of them out. I only watch like one or two. It's like two of them that I watch, and they most of the time they're like once a week. They have videos and stuff. That's about all I can really keep up with everything going on in my life, and then trying to do the videos and stuff. That's about all I can keep up with. But YouTube recommended a video to me. And I looked at it and I thought, I know what this video is about. I looked at the title, I saw the title, and it said, The Ugly Truth About Trucking or something like that. And I thought, I already know what this is about. Without even watching the video, I knew what it was going to be about. I knew it was going to be a complaining video about trucking and stuff like that. And to be perfectly honest with you, I really do not talk to a lot of truckers out here. At the truck stops and stuff, you'll see guys sitting around, having all these discussions or sitting in the diners and stuff. I don't do that. I never have. I've had a few discussions and I just kind of stopped talking to other truckers out here most of the time. The main reason why is because I get really tired of listening to people complain. It's always the same thing. It's always people complaining that they don't make enough money, and then a couple sentences later, they'll complain that the company is trying to make them work too hard or something. They feel it's unsafe. just thought that, I just always thought it was funny. If you're complaining about money, but then you complain that your company's trying to work you too hard, well, you're canceling those two things out. So, you know, I decided to watch the video. And I watched the video, and of course, that's what it was. It was about how saying that trucking companies, they try to get you to run when you're tired, and how unsafe that is. And the guy like records calling up night dispatch and trying to tell night dispatch that he's tired and he can't drive. And the night dispatch keeps going, you know, well, get outside, get some fresh air, you know, and then go. And he says, nope, I'm not gonna, nope, I don't, it's unsafe. And you can tell he was talking, you know, he set this up and recorded it, and he was, you know, saying the things that, you know, he wanted to say to try to make it look good for him and stuff, you know, and document, you know, what they're gonna say. And I get that aspect of it. And a lot of times the dispatchers and stuff like this at these companies, they really don't understand anything about the trucking industry. They don't have a lot of knowledge about it. So, I get that part of it. And I know there is some things like that. But in his little story that he told there, I caught one interesting aspect. He said that he shut down for 10 hours. Then he got up and they wanted him to drive 20 minutes, go drop an empty trailer, and I guess pick up a loaded one or whatever. And then he drove, and then they wanted him to go drop the empty trailer, then do another 10-hour break, and then pick up the load and take off and run up to Oak Creek, Wisconsin. And he let something slip when he was telling his story. And this is what kind of irritates me and makes a lot of these arguments bad. Is that he said, well, when I accepted the load, I didn't think I'd be tired at that time. So he just kind of let that slip out, and he even made like a second video about the first video. And then he said something like, you know, oh, because people must have said that to him, you know, well, you accepted the load. How can you, you know, complain about it, about the trucking company when you accepted the load? Then he said something about that. Yeah, I did accept the load, but I accepted the load under fear that if I didn't accept the load, I'd be fired. It's like, you know, come on. Get a grasp on life here and stuff. Trucking company's not going to fire you because you tell them, hey, that's just not going to work out for me because I'm going to be too tired at that time. I got to get over. Oh. Am I going to get these guys are not going to let me in. I got to get over. There we go. Oop, we got a truck up here, shoulder. And he even said, you know, and he said how he was fearful of his job. That's why he accepted it. That there is called BS. Yeah, if you turn around and tell your company, yeah, I can't do that load because I'm going to be tired. All right, yeah. They probably won't be happy with you. You know, they're going to tell you, well, set your ETA. for when you finally decide that you are not going to be tired. And then we'll get you something then. And if you did that to them a bunch of times, yeah, they probably are going to let you go. Because they need somebody to come out to actually run. But, and I saw a lot of the comments. I kind of looked through a few of the comments, and people were all like bad-mouthing the company and everything else. But you can kind of understand this. If a company goes out and books a load, they look and they have a driver at such a location, and they book a load to be delivered to that, and they look at the driver's hours, and the driver has enough hours to do it. Then they book that load. Now, if they don't follow through with that load, that company that they're hauling that load for is not going to want to give them another load. So now it turns out that in the future, when they have a driver there that's in that area and looking for a load, they won't be able to get one because the company's like, well, you can't deliver the loads on time, so we're not going to give them to you. So you have to look at it the aspect of the company. And I think that people think, well, anything can be moved around and everything else. It possibly could have been moved around. But the guy accepted the load, and then in the middle of the night, he calls up dispatch, and he goes, yeah, I can't make it, I'm going to shut down. And the thing is that he was saying that he was by Gary, Indiana, and he was going to Oak Creek. It was basically like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And so he was tired. Okay, get outside, get some fresh air, do some push-ups, run around a little bit, running up through Chicago, pull it over, get out, take a little break again, wake yourself up, get back in the truck. 45 minutes later, you're there. But instead, you're contacting night dispatch that has no option of calling the customer and saying, hey, listen, we got an issue. This load is not going to be able to make it there on time. Can we reschedule this for the next day or whatever? They don't have that option because they can't get a hold of anybody in the middle of the night like that. So it's only, you know, they're basically just going to be missing the appointment, possibly get charged for it, but they're going to be, it's going to be a service failure. And I just thought, this is what's really wrong with truck drivers. This is what is really going on. You know, it's a work mentality. And then and then of course in YouTube's wisdom, it says, oh, I think you'd be interested in this video now. I watched like 4 different videos. And I actually caught myself almost doing like, almost writing comments back to them, and it's like, you know, it's just not even worth it. I mean, they don't know who I am, they don't know what I do and stuff, what knowledge I have, so what purpose is it of me to try to explain to them that they're saying something wrong? It just doesn't, there's no need in it, so I just whatever. But I watched this another video, and I mean, this guy was, I think, the lies of trucking or something like that, and he was going on and on about how recruiters lie to you and tell you, oh, you can come work at this company, and our drivers make $55,000 a year, and he's trying to break it down and saying, well, you know, you're not going to get those many miles, and you're going to start at this low rate. Everything else. Yeah, you will start at a lower rate. Trucking is an experience-based business. The more experience you get, then you can go out and get yourself a better job that pays more or gets you home more or whatever. You know, whatever your interests are, then you can work towards those interests. And I've said this in past videos and stuff. I mean, he was complaining in a video how they'll say, oh, it's all newer equipment or something like that. He's like, you'll get there and they'll maybe even show off, you know, a brand new truck, you know, isn't that pretty? Or they'll have it on their website. But then you get in a truck that's 4 years old, 3-4 years old, and, you know, it's got hundreds of thousands of miles on it. It's like, yeah. He goes, they come into the school and they tell you all these lies to try to get you to sign on with them, and then when you go there, it's not what they say and everything else. Well, let's see. You just went to school, just got your driver's license. You have no experience really whatsoever, or you have minimal experience, and you expect them to buy a $175,000 piece of equipment and hook up a $50,000 to $75,000 trailer on the back, and then you expect them to load up the trailer with $100,000 load, and say, "Here's the keys. Hope you do good." They're not going to do that. They're going to put you in an older equipment so that if you have an issue, hit something or do something, it's not a big of a loss to them. That's common sense. You know, and I don't know. I don't know what to say about it all. I mean, I kept watching these videos and I was getting worked up about it. And the thing is that, like, one of the videos had like 400 and some thousand views. I was like, and it's because that's what people's mentality is out here. That's really what has changed in this industry. You know, in the 20 years, it's really gotten different out here. People expect to be babied. They don't expect that they have to work to get something better. They just expect that they'll just be put in the best equipment and given the easiest loads and given some great pay for doing. So I could say, yeah, there is a lie in trucking, and there is an ugly truth in trucking. It's called, you gotta work. And I know a lot of these companies, you know, the Swift, the Warner, the Schneider, you know, a lot of these bigger companies that train a lot of new people, they say a lot of different things. Of course they do. If you don't understand that they're going to try to entice you with, ooh and ah, I'm going to get a new truck, and, you know, I'm going to make all this money, you know, and I won't even have to work hard or nothing. I mean, it's easy. Yeah. That is called a lie. But if you contact a smaller company and talk to them, those guys are pretty much going to be upfront with you, and they're going to tell you, we expect you to do this, and this could be about the money that you're going to hit. And here's the trucks that we run. So I guess if I could give out any piece of advice to somebody looking at trucking or whatever, it's going to be tough. Your first year, 2 years, they're going to be a rough year. You're going to be working hard. But the only thing that you're actually doing is getting training. That's all you're doing. You're just learning how to do your job better. And after you get 2 or 3 years of experience, then you could jump out there and find something that's more profitable. Myself, I could actually go out and get a more profitable job. I make very good money here and stuff, but I could go out and get a more profitable job. That wouldn't be hard at all. I can get a job tomorrow, pretty much any trucking company I want. It's But the thing is that I'm doing this YouTube and recording and all this other stuff. And a lot of companies will not allow that. So this guy does. You know, we kind of have an agreement and everything else, and everything is good. And so this works. I don't know. Those are my thoughts on it, I guess. I just get it gets a little tiresome of hearing from people saying how they don't get this or how this didn't happen to them. I can tell you right now that I have worked at a few different trucking companies. And every single trucking company I have ever worked at, they will say, oh, you can make this much money or whatever. You know, they'll say you can make $60,000 or you can make, you know, $90,000 or whatever. When I worked for Swift, that was the most amount of money I've ever made with a trucking company. And that was because I was training and on a dedicated bread run. I was making good money. Then I went to yeah, this is gonna be ugly here. I can see this already. You know what? Where this gonna go? I don't think there's a problem with me being out here. But you know, and then I worked, like when I worked for JB Hunt, that was another big company. When I started there, they said you can make $1,000 a week as an intermodal trucker. And there was a lot of people that were intermodal truckers that worked the same place I did and worked down at Chicago especially, that did not make $1,000 a week. But I made about $1,600, $1,800 a week. And that was because I worked hard. And I went in there and I worked really hard, did everything they asked me to do for a couple months. And then I went in there and said, listen, I need to make more money. And I just kept going in there and in there and in there. And just keep telling them, I need to make more, need to make more, got to do more. And eventually, I mean, they just kept giving me more stuff and my pay was quite a bit more. And it all comes down to learning how to plan and everything else. You know, I'm going to be empty this time. You're going to have hours to run at this time, you know, and it's all in scheduling and stuff. And it's the same thing with this company. I do more miles than most people do in here. Well, that was another one of those fun phone calls I get. I get those things all the time. And it's because we've sent you a letter and your warranty is about to expire on your car. You know, we're doing a final courtesy call. Can you please to give you an offer to extend your warranty, can you press 1 to talk to, or press 2 to get taken off of our call list. I used to get probably 10 a phone call probably 10 to 12 times a day. I've hit 2 so many times. I've actually blocked numbers in my phone constantly, and I keep getting more phone calls. And it's always a different number, but it's the same exact thing. And I've done research on it, and I don't know, it's called like spoofing or something. It's actually other people's cell phones. They're calling me, and on my caller ID, I'm showing a phone number, but that's actually not actually them. Now, I cannot believe that this is not against the law. And that's on there. I was very... Sometimes I've actually taken this horn thing I had, this little squeaky thing, and I've actually blown the horn in their ear when they answer the phone. And that time I thought, you know what, I'm just going to ask very politely if I could speak to the supervisor. And I said, she answered the phone and she started going through her mumble jumble stuff. And I said, could I speak to a supervisor? She goes, no. And she hung up on me. I cannot believe that there's actually people out there that take that phone call and actually give them a credit card number or pay a warranty to them. An extended warranty or something. I have no car that has a warranty on it. Not for many, many years. All my cars are older. It's just so stupid. But I just don't know how they stay in any kind of business. I just cannot believe that there would be somebody stupid enough out there in the world to actually take that phone call, sit there and go through the whole automated thing, then get a person on there that's reading off a script and go, oh, this sounds like this would be really good. Here's my credit card information. It's just whatever. But I don't know. Like I was talking about, I don't know. I just kind of, I started watching a few of these videos and I just went, wow. And the thing is, each one of them had like just hundreds of thousands of views. And it's like, they're so wrong. And they're just lazy people. Expecting that they're going to get more pay for less miles and drive brand new equipment, and they're going to get to do whatever they want. Well, they actually work for somebody. And even if you go out and buy, I heard one guy, he was saying that, you know, the only way to get around it is to go buy your own truck and stuff and become independent. No, that's not a way to get around it, because I was independent. Guess what? You still have to haul loads and have to make appointments. Just because you own a truck and trailer, you go pick up this load to haul this load, it has to be there at a certain time. And if you turn around and go, yeah, I'm tired, I'm not going to do it, guess what? Now you're not going to get another load from them. You'll feel that effect real fast. So, it is what it is. I guess night. Oh, now he wants to come over. So there's my thoughts on it. I know people disagree and everything else about it. And yeah, there might be a company out there that tries to get you to overdrive, and maybe it's not the safest thing or something like that. I got a bit of advice for that. Don't work there. And eventually, they'll have to change their habits, or they won't have any truck drivers. So it is what it is. So I hope everyone out there has themselves a great day, a great night, as they're watching this here video. If you are not, well, you certainly can change that all around. Try it all over again tomorrow. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.